Hello lovely people out there, welcome to a new video. Today I want to show you something that's really special to me. It actually has something to do with the main idea of this channel when it started. It's about my year in the United States. The thing that I'm talking about is... Oh god, I can't lift it up. Oh. It's my scrapbook! This thing, look at how big it is. And today I want to show it to you guys. This whole thing is only about my first 6 months in the USA. My plan was to create a second scrapbook about the second half of my au pair year, but it cost me a lot of time, it cost me a lot of money. Two things that I don't have at the moment. I didn't really think about how I want to make this video, so I guess I will just jump right into it and I will just show you my scrapbook, talk a little bit, and yeah, hope you have fun. Okay, are you ready? The first page. I wrote down the quote, "If your dream doesn't scare you, it isn't big enough." When I decided to go abroad, to move to America, I was really scared. Like, it was something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to go abroad for a time since I was, I think, 14 or 15. But then when it actually happened, like when all the planning and organizing process was going on, I got more scared and more scared and more scared. But then one day, a few weeks before I left my country, I found this quote. It really gave me strength and it made me believe in myself, and it showed me that the dream that I had at the time was right, and it showed me that it was okay to be scared, because it was a pretty big dream and a pretty big thing that I did when I was 19, which is pretty young, I think. It just still means a lot to me. Okay, that is a photo that I took on my last day in Austria, and it was taken on the 26th of July 2015. I just really like this view. It's like typical postcard spot. It was just nice to spend one last day in my beautiful hometown. Oh, this is where the adventure begins. Here, very typical flight tickets. That's a photo of my best friend and me. I was very lucky that I had somebody that was flying with me to the US and was starting off this big adventure with me. This is a goodbye card that my sister gave me, which was very emotional. I read it on the airplane and you know, I cried a little. Yeah, my 10-hour flight look. This photo is so ugly, but I still kind of like it. My face is just like, I've been on a plane for 10 hours, even though I'm afraid of flying. And I'm about to be an au pair, which means taking care of 3 children. Here's the training school, my best friend and I on the beach, and the day trip to New York City, the ticket for the Rockefeller Center, and a card that I bought on, I don't know, the 68th floor in the Rockefeller Center. Keep calm and don't look down. This is a page that I have to cover a little bit because there's my host family, my host kids, and the house that I was living in, and I don't want this to be on the internet forever. The selfie that I took after my first night in my new home. What did I write here? Hashtag good morning selfie. Waking up after my first night in my new home. I like it here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, and that one, oh, I still get emotional thinking about that one. Even though I really liked my new home and I like my host family, I didn't really feel like a family member the whole year, and that was already very clear for me right in the beginning when I arrived. And then on the second night when I was there, we ordered Asian food. And I got this little note in my fortune cookie, and it says, "Each bird likes its own nest best." And I said, on my second day, are you serious? This little note in that stupid fortune cookie almost made me cry. But hey, beginnings are never easy. See, I was already very wise in the beginning of my year. I have so many like very important quotes in here. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. And apparently Walt Disney said that. After being with the family for I think only 1 or 2 weeks, we already went on vacation together, and we went to Cape May in New Jersey, and it's just a very pretty little town. Here's another page about our vacation in Cape May. That was the first day of school, and it was really cool because it was like in all American movies. The kids were picked up by a yellow school bus that was at a goodbye party from one of my buddies. I got to know many other au pairs on that evening. I also got to know Bella. She became one of my closest friends there. I wrote down, it doesn't matter where you're from as long as you love food. And that was basically the whole au pair year in one sentence. It was the first time that I did something with Tammy, who became also one of my closest friends there. In October, my best friend Luca came to visit me, and we spent 4 days in the beautiful city of Philadelphia together and did all the touristy stuff. Thank you, Luca, for visiting me here in the USA. It was an awesome week. These 2 pages here are 2 of my favorites. Halloween was my favorite unofficial holiday in the US, and Halloween was on a Saturday, which was really cool because we were able to spend the weekend in New York. We put on makeup and I was eating pasta. These things were all in New York. We attended the Halloween parade. That was also really fun because we were waiting for the subway after the parade, and so many people started talking with us because, I don't know, apparently everybody found that our makeup was really cool. And then there was one guy who was dressed up as Joker, and we took a photo with him. And then the whole weekend, and I think the whole rest of the year, we were discussing who would make the better couple. The fall in the USA was incredibly beautiful, and the landscape was just breathtaking. So many amazing things happened the last 3 months, and I can't believe a quarter of my year is already over. Yeah, the time flew like crazy. At the October au pair meeting, we went into a corn maze, and that was so cool because we got this little thing, and we had to find all these little symbols in the corn maze, and it was just, I don't know, it was so much fun. Then the November au pair meeting was a words fair, and all of the au pairs had to present their own home country. And I was in a team with Carol because she's also from Austria, and we made Kaiserschmarrn. While we were making the Kaiserschmarrn, we were listening to Reinhard Fendrich, which is a really famous Austrian musician. This page is the page that I made when I filmed the video How I Scrapbook, I think it was. The whole page is dedicated to Tammy and Bella. I think this whole page is just us eating. Yeah, here we made the Halloween cupcakes. Here we had a Harry Potter marathon. That's me eating a huge piece of cake, and the lady at the restaurant asked me if I needed 2 spoons because she thought I would share this huge piece of ice cream cake with somebody, but no, I ate it all by myself. On that evening, Tammy had to work late, so Bella and I went to the diner and brought food. If Tammy can't go to the diner, we bring the diner to Tammy. Yeah, that was basically it. Us in New York City making cinnamon buns at 1 a.m. on Halloween, after the parade that was. And yeah, the Coopersburg Diner was just our favorite place in the USA. That was actually the place that Tammy, Bella, and I did something together, us 3, for the first time. And from that moment on, we just hung out there pretty much every day, sometimes even twice a day. The workers there were so nice, and they already knew us. Every time only 2 of us went there, the people there asked us, where's the 3rd one? It's the place to be, we always said. And I'm actually wearing my diner shirt today to honor this place. Here's a little postcard pocket that Bella and I were writing on when we were in the diner, and she told me how to say I love you in Swedish. Let me try if I can still say it. Jag älskar dig. That was probably so wrong. I'm sorry. And I told her how to draw the House of Saint Nicholas. I don't know if this thing exists in English, but in German we have like, das ist das Haus von Nikolaus und nebenan von Weihnachtsmann. You basically draw 2 houses next to each other without drawing one line twice. That's the challenge. And here's my little head. And I think that's the picture of me in the cat pajamas. Yep, that's the picture of me in cat pajamas. That was on our first day of college. That was me looking for stickers for my scrapbook. And the best and prettiest stickers were always hanging like right in the back of all the stickers. So it was always a challenge to get the best ones. And here I'm sitting on the floor at, what was it called? Michael's? What's it called? Michael's. It's just the coolest craft store. So I'm sitting on the floor and I'm desperate because I couldn't afford all of the stickers that I wanted. This was us filming a video where we tried to speak in a British accent, and it was just a complete disaster. I never put it online because it was just so embarrassing. These 2 pages are also 2 of my favorite of this scrapbook. It's about my birthday weekend with my best friend. We met us for the first time after training school, and we spent the weekend in New York. And we also met the Pope. We might have also found a sushi place where they gave us wine without checking our IDs. So that was fun. On the next day we were in Central Park, and then I went home to Pennsylvania and I had my birthday dinner with some other au pairs there. I also wrote a note saying, yay, I'm 20 now. My 20th birthday here in the USA was great. Especially the weekend in New York with Janine was just incredible. On Sunday we missed our reservation for the Sugar Factory. Oops. Yeah, I made a reservation for breakfast at the Sugar Factory on my birthday, but then we overslept and we missed the reservation. Back in Pennsylvania, I sat together with my host family for a while and then met some other au pairs for my birthday dinner at Applebee's. Oh, Applebee's is so good. Those ribs were delicious. So we arrived at the page of my favorite official holiday in the US, Thanksgiving. I think it's just such a great holiday. I felt like it had a little bit of Christmas spirit, but without all the stress of buying presents. We had a huge Thanksgiving dinner with all the typical stuff like turkey and all that. At the bottom there are some pictures of my host kids cuddling with me. Here are just some random pictures. One of my host kids had a winter instrumental concert. That was really cool. It was seriously incredible what these young kids were able to do. Every time I think I got used to America, something like this comes across me and it's just the biggest Snickers bar that I've ever seen. Here I was Skyping with Luca and I was eating Reese's, and then he was like, wait, are you eating Reese's? Because he got some left too. And then we were eating Reese's together. That was the December au pair meeting. We were meeting at one of the au pair's house. And we gave each other presents, and we got a cake, and we had a lot of other snacks. Later we had a karaoke party, and it was just a really cool evening. After the au pair meeting, as if we hadn't eaten enough, Bella, Timmy and I went to Subway, and after eating the sub, I went to buy cookies, and Bella and Timmy took my phone and took some very, very beautiful and not disturbing at all pictures. And they also took pictures of me buying cookies. I don't know why, but I still think this is one of the funniest pictures ever, because I'm just standing there in the background buying cookies after eating like a cake and so much food at the au pair meeting and a sub. And then I went to buy cookies. These pages I also really like because as you can see, it's very Christmassy. Yeah, my host family is crazy because every year they are throwing a very huge Christmas party. I think like 1 week before Christmas or something. We baked so many cookies and there was so many people coming. The party was actually on 2 nights because one night wouldn't fit all the people that were coming, so it was insane. Of course we went to Dunkin' Donuts to get Christmas themed donuts, and it was always we never bought the donuts that we thought tasted the best. We always bought the ones that would look good on the photos, which is so stupid. But I mean, here, look at that. It just looks so good. Also with the Christmas cup. Yeah, here's just a few pictures of the mall and the house because it was so nicely decorated. And then shortly before Christmas, I went to Chicago. And seriously, Chicago is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to. We also met with 2 of my American friends. That was fun. They showed us around. And because it was shortly before Christmas, there were Christmas markets. Here I say, I don't want to go home. And yeah, that was true. I really didn't want to leave this beautiful city. It's still one of my favorite cities in the US. A few days after Christmas, my host family asked me if I would want to go to Washington DC with them because they have 2 spots left in the car, and they said I could bring a friend if I want to. So I asked my friends, and Bella actually had time. We visited the White House and I got really close to squirrels. We went to some really cool museums. We spent 7 hours in the Air and Space Museum. Yep, that was the photo that Bella took of me when we realized that we were in a museum for 7 straight hours and didn't even notice it. Yeah, and then here's New Year's Eve. Unfortunately, I had to work on New Year's Eve, so I had to stay at home, but I was allowed to invite some friends. So 2 of my friends came over, and even though I had to work, we had a great night. Also, before I started working on that night, I met Bella and Tammy in our favorite place in the diner, and we celebrated European New Year's Eve. So at 6 p.m. we were cheering with water because we were not allowed to drink in the US. Here are just a few random pictures of my friends and me. All the different times we were meeting at Bella's and we just cuddle in her bed and watch movies. And now we've arrived at the last 2 pages of my scrapbook. That happened when the snowstorm was going on in Pennsylvania. There was just so much snow that we couldn't leave the house for, I think, 3 or 4 days. The kids kept having snow days, so they couldn't go to school. It was very, very exhausting, but also so beautiful. Like, I haven't seen that much snow in years. This is the last page of my scrapbook, and I ended it with a postcard that a friend sent me from my hometown. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me, you can click subscribe here, and I really hope to see you soon in another video. Goodbye!